What up, body bags? BDG Reviews here. What I've got for you today is a review of a movie that until recently, well, actually, I'm not even going to say that. This is a highly underrated movie. Not enough people talk about it. But until this release from Scream Factory, we never even had a good release of it. And that is Saturn 3. Basic plot of this movie, you got two scientists. They're working up around Saturn's moons. And this guy is sent up there. It becomes evident within the first 5 minutes this guy's a complete psychopath. He's not supposed to be up there. He actually killed some guy so he could get his spot to go up there. What makes this movie interesting, though, is the cast. You have Kirk Douglas, Farrah Fawcett, and Harvey Keitel. So, some not small actors here. Up on this space station, there's something really wrong with this guy. We know it, and we know nothing good's going to happen from this. He starts assembling this robot here called Hector. And essentially, he's programming this robot. But the thing is, you have a psychopath programming a robot. So you end up with a psychopathic robot that it has just as many issues as he does, except it can, rip people apart. And it does. I'll leave it at that for the synopsis. This movie, I used to see this in VHS rental places all the time. When I was a kid, I used to see it, and I'd think, that's kind of a cool cover. And then I started renting it. I must have rented this 100 times over my lifetime. So I was really happy when we got a Blu-ray from Scream. After seeing the movie again on Blu-ray, listening to the commentary on it and everything, it becomes evident this was a really troubled film when it was being made. The director of it, I can't remember his name, but he ended up leaving to go work on Empire Strikes Back, and then he died during the filming of that. So there's that. But there's a lot of talk was he essentially drove out because Kirk Douglas was being a drama queen? That's one story. There was other ones saying that people just weren't meshing with his ideas. I don't know. All in all, though, great movie. The effects in this movie are really solid. There's a few questionable things, but you got to remember this was from 1980, so it was probably filmed 78, 79. This is the heyday of special effects, practical special effects. Everything about this movie is just fun. If you've never seen Saturn 3, you're doing yourself a disservice. I'm not going to say, let me put it this way. If you have a problem seeing Kirk Douglas naked, I would not watch this movie, because he spends quite a bit of time naked in this movie, unfortunately. Just look at Farrah Fawcett. That might make it a bit easier, but it's an interesting flick. It definitely leans more into the sci-fi than the horror, but the horror is really there. This robot, for example, is genuinely kind of terrifying. He could be a real threat. And actually, the robot itself ended up, after the movie was filmed, ended up going on a dark ride in Blackpool, England, and it was there for many years. It was I guess one of the scares, at the end of it or whatever. Interesting little bit of trivia. I kind of dig that. So there you go. Saturn 3. For a rating, I give this 8.5 out of 10. It's a really solid flick, and it deserves more attention than it gets. Not enough people talk about it. Not enough people honestly watch it. And, for a movie with Kirk Douglas, Farrah Fawcett, and Harvey Keitel, yeah. Interesting bit of trivia also, for some reason they overdubbed Harvey Keitel's voice. Don't know why, it just happened. But yeah, so that's it for me. See you next time.